الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الحمد لله رب العالمين. All praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who created us and made us human beings. We thank Allah, the one who has chosen us from the human beings and has given us the gift of life, the gift of faith. Welcome to our course on the five pillars of Islam. This course is designed for everyone who would want to know more about what Islam is all about. We have also designed this course with people who are not Muslims in mind. So we are going to break down what Islam is all about and also look at the teachings of Islam while focusing on what we call the five pillars of Islam. Before we do that, let me introduce myself. My name is Laja Yassini. I was born and raised in Mkoba, Kweru, Zimbabwe, where I did my primary school education at Chikumbiro Primary School. Then I proceeded to do my secondary school at the Mkoba 3 High School. Thereafter, I went to the Waterfalls Institute or the Waterfalls Madrasa, which is in Harare, where I studied more about the religion of Islam. A couple of years later, I received a scholarship and studied Islam at an advanced level at the International Islamic University of Medina, which is in Saudi Arabia. Upon my graduation, I received the diploma in Arabic, then also a bachelor's in Islamic law. Thereafter, I also did a Bachelor of Laws with the University of South Africa, and also currently I am doing and pursuing my master's degree, and hopefully I'll be finishing that soon. I also work as an assistant lecturer at the International Open University. I've also worked as a teacher and worked as a legal advisor for Islamic law related matters. So there are some of the things that I've done. Unfortunately, I won't be able to list of all of them. But I do hope it will give you some confidence in what I'm going to share. So I'm going to talk about the five pillars of Islam, and we've designed this into a course which we hope is going to be beneficial for all the people that are going to take a look at this particular course. So we'll be talking about the five pillars of Islam, and we hope to cover the following important um, points, and hopefully after the course you'll be able to have some understanding of what Islam is, what is the definition of Islam, and we look at the unique features of Islam, what really then makes it different from other religions. We also want to look at the five pillars of Islam, so we are going to break down each of these five pillars. We'll start with what we call the Shahada, which is the testimony of faith. Then that will be followed by the Salah, which we are going to define as the form of prayer. Then we are going to talk about Zakah, which is a sort of a compulsory charity, if we can call it that, or alms given. Then we are going to follow that with a discussion of fasting in the month of Ramadan, which is known as Saum. And lastly, we are going to talk about the Hajj, which is the pilgrimage to Makkah. In our discussion of these five pillars and anything with regards to Islam, we are always going to do it from an Islamic perspective and provide evidence to then support whatever claim we have. I say this because there are people who are now studying Islam And some of the things that I'm going to mention, it might contradict what they have come across, because the literature that is out there, there are too many generalities when it comes to what Islam is all about. So what I'm going to say, it is something that has been proven from the Islamic sources, and it is something that that can then be traced and be supported by tangible proof. And you'd find that these contradictions between what Muslims say and what other people say, the best way to then deal with that is to always go back to the sources of Islam. Let me give an example before I proceed. You'd find that the people who talk about Islam as a religion that was founded by Muhammad, peace be upon him. But when we discuss it, you'd find that this is a misconception, because as Muslims, we believe that Islam was actually there before the birth of Muhammad, peace be upon him. So, who's the founder of Islam? Who is the first person to practice Islam? We are going to talk about that as well. So that's part of what we want to talk about in our course. And we'll then close it with the importance and status of each of the pillars of Islam, and also touch on the philosophical foundations of these pillars, so that we get to really understand what they stand for and what they seek to achieve, inshallah. In my discussion, I'll also have some Arabic words, which I'll try to translate into English and break them down. But because due to habit, I might say certain words because I'm used to them in Arabic, and then unfortunately I won't be able to define them. But we'll provide our contact details. Where there is any query, any question, then you'll be able to contact me. So, what is Islam? Who is Allah? Who is Muhammad? Inshallah, in our next video, we are going to be talking and giving a definition of Islam, and also understand who Allah is. And thereafter, we are going to try to understand who Muhammad, peace be upon him, was and is.